everyone, welcome to Marketing Elements. This is a video podcast. So this is the second part of the analytics, which I did back in October. It doesn't seem that long ago, but I typed this up probably about a month ago, and going back and rereading it, it was very confusing to me, and I wrote it. So I figured a video podcast showing you exactly what I'm doing, because I do not know the terminology of some of this. And first off, I want to thank Chuck Heidemann, I hope I said that right, from Edelman out of Chicago. He was down here in September for the social media conference at Kennesaw State College here in Atlanta, who showed me this. And before I get started, there are no proprietary information involved in this. There is no any kind of information that you should be worried about. This is just a spreadsheet format. It is not something you'll see data from clients, although I took probably maybe one or two numbers per column from a client and used a random number generator in a certain range to create all the rest of the numbers. So it looks like real data, but it is not. So I'm not going to walk you through formatting your actual data, because you should already be having spreadsheets that you report in your social, what's important to you, click shares, edge ranking. I think it's viability now. Who's talking about use a new one that Facebook put in. So when I did this was before the new analytics. So I don't want you to think that, let me go ahead and open this while I'm talking. So I don't want you to think this is all you can add. This is just an overview of what you can have in your spreadsheet. And this is an overview of some of the more important things that I've dealt with clients in the past. But as you know, Facebook likes to change things quite a bit, and analytics will change in Facebook. So I already have one open. The new Mac, sorry. The new Mac OS Lion will open up stuff already, and it'll drive me crazy. But yeah, Facebook updated their analytics or insights about a month and a half ago. So now you have who's talking about you, how many people talked about you, and it's a little wonky. And the old analytics are there. If you go to download your data and export your data, I should say, it'll give you spreadsheets with tabs, and it'll give you a lot more information than you're seeing on the insights page. So you can yank and pull, and if you're lucky enough to have an actual analytics program or Vitru or one of the other programs that'll pull it for you, great. If not, kind of like me with some of my clients, it's all manual, and it usually takes a little while to go through, but they now include, posts, information, everything you'll really need in there now. You don't have to go back and copy the post, put the edge ranking. It's all in there. It's all for you. You can just sort of like slice and dice and come up with your own report. Or you can send it over as is, but I don't recommend that. So getting into this. So when I was at the conference, Chuck was talking about how do you come up with the social media analytics, sort of like, for lack of a better word, dashboard. And this pretty much is it. And his was much longer, had a lot more information, and I agree with him. You don't want to make any really strategic moves until you have a couple of months of data. You don't want to do it with just one. You want to have 3-4 months of data in there to see what the trends are, to see what's going. You can kind of get a picture of what's going on with 1 month, but wait till you get a couple and then have it all together. Or if you want to, one thing I've found helpful is if you have the main spreadsheet, which I haven't done on this one, is be the yearly or all time, and then break it out each one by month on a separate tab. So it's a lot easier. You can report to clients, and you can just sort of redo the information. And with Excel, everything can automatically update. So this is just the way of doing it. You may have a better way. You may not. If you do have a better way, let me know. I love hearing how you do it. So this is going to basically 2 months. It's really short, just so you can see this. So as you see, we have the day, and I suggest you put in the day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so you can see what day is working best for you. This will come into play when we get to the end. So you'll see Mondays are good. You put the date, You put the time because, again, you want to know what day, what time works best for you. Then you want to put in your message so you know what it is, because you don't want to go back and try to look it up. I didn't put it in here because I didn't feel like coming up with, I was going to put the bacon, if so, whatever, the fake text in here, but I didn't do that. So then we're going to get into what the analytics are. So looking right here, you'll see clicks. How many people clicked your link? How many people went to the link you posted? So you can get this information through Facebook. If you use bit.ly, URL shortener, it's all in here. So you want to put that information in there. This is, let's see, 25. Oh, the weighting. We'll get to that in a minute. So we're going to go through this and then we'll go to the weighting. Likes, how many people liked a certain post, how many people shared, how many people commented, the impressions you got, how many people likely saw it, but you know Facebook, it doesn't mean they did see it. So that's really one thing to really look into. And now you can also look at social impressions, which is getting more popular. But like I said, I did this before the new analytics. And everything in here is still, you can still use, and it's still very important. But like I said, you want to go through and find out what's important to your organization before you sit down and do this, and come up with what you want to report on to your clients or to your boss or whoever. So you want to have that done. You want to have it all in here. So your spreadsheet is going to look different than this one. This is just sort of like all the clients I've had, I've sort of mishmashed together and sort of did what was important to them. So feedback, scrolling over, total index, which is another Facebook analytic. Oh no, excuse me. Total index is, sorry. Total index, we'll get to in a minute, and overall index. So, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting a little excited with analytics, believe it or not. And I'm not an analytics person. So, let's look at the first column. And I'm going to get into, like I said, the weighting in a minute. So in clicks, what you want to do is find the highest value for this. So what I do is, if you look at here on the screen, you'll see max. And the accelerate, it'll give you the highest value in there. And what you're going to do after you get the max is divide it by, oops, gotta love Excel sometimes. You want to divide it by 100. So that'll give you, when you divide it into the max, you'll get 100. So you see here 100, 100, 89, and that'll tell you which one in this section did great for clicks. So the post we did on Saturday, October 8th, got 100%, and so did the October 14th. So these got the highest rated of clicks. So this really accomplished clicking. Same thing you want to do over here for likes, shares. You want to do it for every column, and then you want to go through, as you see here, divide it by the clicks so you can see. So 80 divided by 3.33 will give you 24.02. So you want to do that for each column. And then once you get done, let's see, you're going to have your overall index, which is, if I remember correctly, it is all your different posts. So you're going to have 25 and you're going to weight it. So you're going to go through. This gets to our weighting. I told you it's complicated, and when I wrote it up, I got done and I was like the Scooby with ears. Huh? So what you're going to do to get the overall index. So you're going to have each one weighted by 100. So you'll see in every one there's going to be 100, 100, 100, 100. So those are going to be the best for comments, clicks, shares. So now you need to go back and weight all your information. So I kind of did it that comments take more and clicks take more, are more important than sharing, more important than likes, more important than impressions, feedback. You know, clicks and comments are something you actually have to do. It'll take you somewhere else, or you actually have to type in something. So I did it. These are 15%, 25%, 10%, 20. So you want to make it equal up to 100. So you're going to have to play with your numbers if you have a lot of columns. And if you're like me and not a numbers person, it takes you a minute, but I got it done. So when you come over to your overall index, you're going to multiply column F2 by 25%, which that is here. G or H2 by 15%, so on, so on, so on. And once you get this first one, which is kind of a pain in the butt to do, I will admit, I'm not an Excel god. You can just drag the formula down and it'll copy it for every one and update for each row. So once you get done, or excuse me, wrong column, this row. And then once you get done, you're going to do the exact same thing you did to get the index, which if someone knows the name of this, please let me know. I call it the indexer, which I know is totally wrong, but that's what I call it. So you get that, divide it, and then you go through and divide it again, and 100% is going to tell you your best post for this day, or for this month. You're going to go through and see, okay, it was, I'm going to scroll over. It was Monday, October 17th at 6:42 p.m. And then you can sort it by, scroll back over, then you can sort it by the overall index column and see which ones was, okay, this was 100, 97, 95, and go down the list and see what was successful and what day it was. And then when you get 2 months, you can put the data together and really see. This is a really quick way, especially if you're on a budget, to do this. I know certain other programs will probably do a lot of this for you, but it's a good way to double check your work and see how it goes. So it's pretty easy. I'll run you through this real quick again. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your date, your time, and your day. And if you're familiar with Excel, there's a way to, when it comes out of Excel or Facebook, it's together. So there's a way to split the columns by putting in a space. So you'll have to go under, there's a way to do it. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's data, text to columns. Text to columns. And it'll just split them into two separate columns for you, which saves you a lot of time. So read up on that. And pivot tables are another great way, especially if you have a lot of days. You can do a pivot table to see which days work best, but I'm not going into pivot tables because someone smarter than me needs to explain that. So you want to put your message in here too. You can copy that directly from your Facebook Insights. Your clicks, everything should really be together, but you'll have to mix and match a little. You're going to get your, what I call the indexer, which is the wrong name, but that's what I'm going for. You're going to get the max of each column, divide it by 100, then divide each number by that, and do it for each column. Then weight your columns like above. I just put it up here because it's just easier for me to remember. You can put it below, you can put it wherever you want to, whatever works best for you. Then you're going to go through, you're going to get your total index, which is each individual index multiplied by the weight and totaled. Then once you get done with that, you're going to get your max again, get your indexer, and then you're going to divide it by the column, and that's going to give you your overall impression. So this is just a really cool way that I found. It's really good for my clients when I have to do a lot of stuff on my own. I can just sort of slice and dice, put it in, do it real quick. Now that Facebook lets you export more. But this is just one way of doing it. I hope this really helps you. I hope the video helps you better than me actually typing it in and doing a post that you will not understand, because I tried to edit it twice and was like, this is hurting my head. So enjoy this. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I am at tim@timgoldman.com, or you can do it tim@element33.com. I am by no means a social analytics expert, but it's something I'm getting more and more into now that I'm getting more information. I'm hopefully going to do a podcast on the new Twitter and how you can find analytics easier, like your retweets, your follows and everything, now that Twitter's made it a lot easier. So I'm going to do a couple more video podcasts. I'm going to post this probably on YouTube as well. but it's going to be in the feed. So I hope this helps you. Contact me with any questions, and I look forward to hearing from you. And good luck with your social analytics. And it's a work, let me tell you.